Right now in the nation's capital, organizers are preparing for a day of remembrance as tomorrow marks 50 years since the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. NBC 12 will be in Washington, where a memorial service will take place at the King Monument. We're also taking a look at how Dr. King united people right here in Central Virginia. Those who came into contact with the civil rights leader are sharing their stories with Brent Solomon, who joins us now with a closer look. Brent?
You know, Sabrina, it's one thing to be encouraged by someone in the spotlight, but for so many, Dr. King did so much more. He inspired others to catch the vision and act.
You know what, somebody gonna shoot you on the street or what? But we got it done.
It took purpose and perseverance.
Try to get some water. Get away from the water fountain. They told you, pull his gun out. This was Georgia.
Richmond's first black mayor and former Virginia senator was just a college student at the time.
I went to a service station. I'd never been outside Virginia before. And I walked up to the service station, to the restaurant. Man ran across with a hand on his gun and said, don't you know you're not supposed to use that restaurant? I said, no, that's right. Go out there in the woods.
A divided America Henry Marsh witnessed for himself before meeting a man who would play a part in changing his life.
I'm not fearing any man.
Somebody hit you, turn the other cheek. And don't do it once, do it 7 times 7. I said, this guy's crazy.
The nonviolence philosophy inspired others to join.
He had a way of getting you to do things. He didn't yell at you, punish you. But you felt bad if you didn't do it, that type of thing.
It's why 91-year-old Bessie Moore of Petersburg marched with King several times, even traveling to Selma, Alabama in 1965.
I thought it was a joke, because I had never heard of Selma. People came in from different states, and I saw some sleeping in mud. Some had the children strapped to them, getting ready for this march. That's how dedicated some people were.
The sacrifice made a difference, prompting more speeches and marches before the tragic news 3 years later.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
Dr. King shot and killed in Memphis by James Earl Ray.
Couldn't get to home fast enough to see the TV. And it made us feel very sad too, because to me, it was personal.
Although the speech King gave a day before seemed to foreshadow his death.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now.
A lot of us felt that we were responsible because we let King get so far out front that he was an obvious target.
It inspired them to fight like they never did before.
I just still don't understand how he was chosen by the Lord to do all those things.
Even if it means dying before seeing the dream develop.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Well, tomorrow, Mayor LeVar Stoney will speak at Virginia Union, the very place Dr. King held his unity rally back in 1963. Officials will also ring the bell at Capitol Square in King's honor. On your side, Brent Solomon, NBC 12.
Very moving, Brent. Thanks so much. Many people are remembering where they were when Dr. King was killed. That includes firefighters in Washington, D.C., who worked to put out fires after riots broke out across our nation's capital. More than 900 emergency calls flooded the communications center hours after Dr. King's assassination. Crews working that day say the fires were so intense you could barely see the sky. Firefighters worked 8 days straight without going home, only stopping to rest when they could.
We were being pelted with missiles, and the police, the National Guard hadn't been dispatched at that point in time, so the Metropolitan Police were doing the best they could to try to keep things calm.
One man working in the communications center says the riots were so close, tear gas from outside seeped into the building. 17 D.C. firefighters were injured during the riots. 13 civilians were killed. We're going to follow several events happening around the country to remember Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tomorrow. In addition to what's happening locally in Richmond, our Carla Reddit will be in the nation's capital for some of the other ceremonies to remember the civil rights leader. We'll bring you live coverage all day on NBC 12 and the NBC 12 News app.